A flying unicorn. How cool is that? I know that you're gonna want one of these, and I know just how to get them. I'm Vadd, and welcome to episode 17 here of AG Reborn. Step number 1 to getting your own flying unicorn: you need to tame a unicorn. You know, the kind that run around with the equius. They're kind of rare. Check out this fire monkey. I thought it was a really cool tame, but doesn't really have a place for us right now in our progression. But the unicorns do exist. This one is an adolescent, and they are, of course, passive tames. So, without too much trouble, you can tame these even if they're not full grown, which is pretty exciting. I found a second one that was a little bit stuck on this terror bird. Don't worry, I know what to do. I'm here to rescue it, and I have shot the terror bird with one of the metal trank arrows, and somehow, somewhere the unicorn is still stuck. You know what? We've all played ARK before. Here's the secret. You start throwing hands. It's gonna work. It's gotta work. We're gonna free this unicorn. Just kidding. That didn't do anything. I don't know what I was thinking, so I just got out my shotgun. If we can't fix it with the shotgun, it's over. And it turns out that the shotgun solved it. Again, 2 points to flashlight shotgun. These are passive tames. Make sure you bring food they like. They like usually some of those higher tier vegetables, but hey, if you were following the early game progression here, the first 10 episodes or so, you would have seen that we needed to build a berry farm. We're of course using the golden treats because they are maximum effectiveness. So we want a flying unicorn. This is a pretty good start, right? We have 2 unicorns. I think they look really fantastic. I really like not just the fact that it's a unicorn. It's a little different from the equius, but look at the particles. I think they have this fun particle effect. We're actually here at night, so we can see it a little bit better. I've gammaed up for your viewing pleasure, so thumbs up for the gamma up, right? Listen, it doesn't fly though. This is kind of problematic in our pursuit of a flying unicorn, since this is just a unicorn, a very fancy, very gorgeous, very particly fun unicorn, but it's got the usual kind of equius attacks you would expect: a bite, a kick, and maybe kind of a style move. But we need to maybe put an equius saddle on it. If we can put the saddle on the unicorn, we can not only build a very helpful tool, which is the lasso. There's a couple of times I'm sure you wish you had a lasso in ARK, but in addition to that, we now have armor. Armor is always good. If you're going to go out and adventure with these, you're going to want a saddle so that they're not just kind of out there unarmored, but it also is going to unlock a new thing, something we haven't seen before. It's that evolution matrix. Now, the problem here is, I said that backwards. It's going to unlock the flying evolution, which requires the evolution matrix. So now the question is, how do we get the evolution matrix? Well, let's go to our engrams, and there we'll see we need to get to level 100, which isn't too bad, but we need the AG Reborn Tek Generator. Black pearls we know how to get. Steel ingots we know how to get. If you're playing Overhaul mods, I expect you know how vanilla ARK works. Go ahead and get yourselves some artifacts. You can get them from the center. You can also get them from killing megas. Good luck either way. Point is, whatever big 4 you have tamed, it's probably good to keep breeding them. No, really a lot. Whether you went Indominus, Spino, T-Rex, Giga, whatever your progression was. I think the Dodorexes might have a chance on a few of these, but we need to go and kill something to unlock the AG Reborn Tek Generator. And of course, we went Rexes for our big 4. I really hope that you enjoy this cinematic shot that I filmed. This was an absolute nightmare to line these Rexes up. Never again, I say, never again. No, really. Everything went wrong just trying to get this shot. I was like, it'll be epic. We'll just line up all our Rexes. It's going to be perfectly fine. Everyone's going to love it. And then as I was just trying to get it done, we are in the prime ghillie armor. We kind of did this. Whoops, mistakes have been made. And then, like the first Rex we threw out, fine. The second Rex we threw out, no problem. The third, we've got a floater, okay? And then we couldn't quite get them on the thing. There were quite a few things that I felt like made good bloopers, but maybe don't make great progression tips. Listen, we need to kill either a Tek Rex or Tek Giga, or a Prime Rex or Prime Giga, or an Ancient Giga or Ancient Rex, or a Mega Giga or Mega Rex. All of those things will unlock the AG Reborn Tek Generator. We're here on the floaty islands. We set up a little staging camp, little forward operation base, little fob, and we are going to march our T-Rexes in. These are the Rampage Rexes, I named them, and so far, so good, right? Just about everyone came to the door, I think. They're all following me. I'm probably stuck. We pretty much just pumped melee. We've put the best saddles we have on them, and the only thing currently spawned in for me is the Ancient Rex. All of those other 8 tames I just listed, or 7 I suppose, none of them are currently spawned in. The only thing we can fight currently on the map to unlock the AG Reborn Tek Replicator is the Ancient Rex. So as long as we kill the Ancient Rex, we will have the engram unlocked for the AG Reborn Tek Replicator. Unfortunately, this is ARK. I mean, maybe fortunately this is ARK. Anyway, you swing it. We didn't have things go according to plan. What are the odds of that? Seems like we're gonna get in a fight with a Prime Indominus Rex and an Alpha Utah Raptor and literally every other carnivore that exists on this floating island. There's a reason I set up a little fob, a little base for us to kind of get our Rexes together and make sure that the Ancient Rex was still here. Remember that Ancient tier is a bone tier, so if you see something that looks kind of like a skeleton, that's what we're after, not this Prime Indominus Rex, which seem to come in pairs. Now, they have around 9 million health, so I think we've really made a mistake here, and once the second Indominus Rex kind of got involved with the chomping, we really are in trouble here. This was not the plan. They don't seem to summon anything in, and they're not females, so we can't get an egg, and there go just about all of our Rexes. This was literally the absolute worst possible series of events. If I'm remembering correctly, they didn't all follow us out the door, right? Like maybe there's a few more. Have damage numbers gotten bigger? I swear, every once in a while I find them incredibly obnoxious, so I just turn off the interface, but then I can't see my health bar. I can't see the health bar of what I'm fighting. But the good news is we, of course, showed up prepared with some instant health elixirs. We learned how to make those in previous episodes. And the Prime Alpha Indominus Rex here, I wish it was a female so we could have a chance at getting the egg. This is just a chance at getting our tail kicked. The problem here is not only that we can't get an egg, but it keeps biting us in a way that's completely moving us. We really had a hard time with this Prime Alpha Indominus Rex getting into a position where when we're chomping on it, it's not slowly pushing us towards the edge of the cliff. Remember, we are on a giant floating island. This is its own kind of location on the center map, and we really don't want to fall off that cliff. That sounds like a bad time, to say the absolute least. Now, it was like, what, 15, 20 Rexes versus 2 Prime Alpha Indominus Rexes. Oh look, they do summon something in. That's good to know. And their summons gave us pretty sweet Ancient Hide, and we got an Evolution Tribute and some Black Pearls and some Ancient Alpha Blood, but we didn't get anything of value beyond that, other than just losing all of our tames. We went around, picked up the saddles, and I'm really hoping I remember correctly that we didn't manage to whistle everyone successfully because we lined up one too many Rexes. If I'm right, then the mission's back on, and I am. Oh my goodness. Now, here's the thing. It would seem that the Ancient Rex has decided the best thing to do is to jump off this island, which is just literally the thing we're trying not to do. So, since that's where our target is, our prey, what we're after, it's just going to be raining Rexes here in the center map. Seriously, this was hilarious. I don't know why I thought this was so funny, but this cracked me up. The way everyone fell off at different angles. Weren't they following me? I don't know. But in an effort not to take massive fall damage and have a second fall damage death in one episode, come on. You can only have one death by fall damage per episode. Isn't there a law about that? I swear there's a law, okay? Now, here's the thing. We aren't where we want to be, but we're closer to where we're trying to be. So I think that's a win. Just about everyone made it down here okay, but now, according to our creature tracker, it would seem that the Ancient Rex is back up top. I don't think that's true. I think maybe it's just falling slow. The only issue is we need to cross the water. We aren't nearly as close to it as I hoped. Now, this is not something that I recommend doing, swimming across the water on the Rexes, because the Megalodons are going to be after us. You know that literally everything in this mod is out to kill you, and this is just not optimal. If there's one thing you can do with the land dino in ARK for, to increase your survivability and success, keep it out of the water. That's like the pro tip of the day. Leave your land dinos out of the water, especially because, remember, you see it's falling slow. I knew there's something fishy going on, because remember in the AG Reborn mod, those lead Sichthys, those big Moby Dicks, the whales, they're aggressive. They're highly aggressive. Don't believe the awesome Spygrass outline. They're after us. Now, I've whistled everyone passive because my big concern here is that they're going to start a fight with the ocean, which is a losing battle. But in addition to having a losing battle, even if they kind of survived, we do lose oxygen. So good thing we bred a whole bunch of these guys. That's kind of the bottom line there. You need to keep breeding your big four, whatever they are, because you're going to need them to fight things. This is our moment, though. We want a flying unicorn, and the only way to get it is to get that AG Reborn Tek Replicator. And since there isn't a Tek Rex or Giga, there isn't a Prime Giga or Rex, there's not a Ancient Giga, there's not a Mega Rex or Mega Giga. The only thing we can really fight that's on the map that unlocks it currently as of the current state of the mod is the Ancient Rex. Now, assuming we can kill it, our forces have kind of been defeated. It would be really sad if this just isn't enough to take them down. I do think with the instant health potion, as long as we don't have an issue drinking our potions, we should be fine. So we've sent the Rexes on them. We've destroyed them. Some of the Rexes are running. I think they're just making a loop. And again, I swear these damage numbers have gotten bigger. Ancient Rex, absolute beast. Look at it. It's got the red glow. It's got kind of the bone skeleton stuff going on. It has several million health. And it's chomping right through our Rexes. We're all wearing the same saddles. I have absolutely no idea why my Rex survives a little better. I mean, sure, I'm feeding it health potions from time to time, but I'm not necessarily being targeted all that much. Don't get me wrong, this Ancient Rex hits incredibly hard. I actually think, though, we have a real shot of taking it on with our Flame Dodo Rexes. Yeah, that's right. Might have had some success there. Having successfully killed the Ancient Rex, we're going to go to our AG Reborn workbench. We're going to gather the supplies, pretty standard stuff, and get our AG Reborn Tek Generator. This thing is not only awesome, it also runs on electricity. That's right, your gas, your fuel. You don't need tech to power it. Everyone give a big thanks to the mod dev for not making us go farm element. Oh my goodness. If we can just place this down right about here, that looks good, then we have just what we need in order to get the evolution matrix. But what does it cost, right? That's the question now. We know we want a flying unicorn. What is the cost of that evolution matrix? Well, you're going to need a couple of things. Turns out you're going to need yourself some steel ingots, some black pearls, and 2 generic artifacts. Any artifacts you want. Go run some caves. If you don't want to run some caves, go fight some megas. If you can't get your hands on some artifacts, then you can't get your unicorn. Why do these doors always betray me? Oh my goodness. The time is now. We have our unicorns, but one of you is going to fly, and one of you needs a name. Actually, you probably both kind of need a name. Go ahead and put our saddle on, make sure it's on. So far, so good. The saddle unlocks the engram to get the flying unicorn. Go ahead and put the evolution matrix into the inventory, and we get the red swirlies. Hopefully, this doesn't go somewhere tragic. I hope it's not aggressive. No, it's ours. Ha! Flying unicorn does have a saddle. Let's make sure we equip that. It's pretty cheap to build, and here it is. And now you too know how to get your own flying unicorn. You know the secret. You know how to unlock the AG Reborn Tek Replicator. You know how to power it. You know how to get your hands on all of the resources to get your very own flying unicorn. This beast needs a name. This thing's pretty cool. I'm actually quite a fan. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if we'll fight anything with it, but it's definitely our favorite adventuring beast as of the current state. Let's fast forward to night and check it out. Yes, it still glows at night. We still get the blue particle effects. We're a little bigger than the regular just walking unicorn, and we're a little bit smug about that. You know what? I hope to see you in episode 18. Bye. Subscribe.